Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshear, and I will be your game master for this evening. If you don't know, on Tales from the Backlog, we like to try out lots of different tabletop RPGs. Frequently new ones, lately a lot of returning ones. Today, we are doing Hypertellurians, which was the first game we ever played on this show. Mia and Jason were there. Mia is bringing back the same character. And Sarah was in our second run of Hypertellurians as a different character.
Yes.
So we have Sarcina in her third adventure, and Aqua-chan and Sue Startaker both appearing for the first time. So yeah, I'm gonna, just for anyone who's never seen it, throw up the cover of the book. This is a really good kind of, like, it's more lore heavy than rules heavy book. It's just full of crazy artwork and high concept, kind of old school sci-fi, science fantasy, just awesomeness. I love this game. We don't play it enough for me, but also we are doing. And this adventure, Heart of the Atom Isa. Isa? What do you guys think? Aqua-chan, it's your ship. What do you think?
Atomisa?
Well, it's two words. There's a space. There's a space later on in the actual text.
Atom Isa.
Atom Isa. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Heart of the Atom Isa is what we'll be playing today. This is written by Frank Redding, aka Motocross, the same person who wrote the game. So, I guess before we go any further, let's have our players introduce their characters, starting with Jason.
Hey, I'm playing Aqua-chan. I am a adventuresome space pilot spider person basically I'm a person-sized spider whose pedipalps have evolved into little hands, and I like adventure and piloting spacecraft and doing exciting stuff.
All right.
That sounds good. Am I up next?
You are.
Thank you, Steve. My name is Mia. I'm coming back as Steve said, as Sarcina T, former diva. She's now exploring, trying to find the roots of her former planet. She has been cast backwards in time across the ultracosmos and is seeking to prevent the rise of the house that made her. She has more baggage than a Mark II freighter. Thank you.
And I am Sarah, and I am tonight playing Sue Startaker, just your average run-of-the-mill intergalactic werewolf thief. With fabulous style, I must say.
Important question.
Mm-hmm.
Do your shipmates know that you are a werewolf?
I feel like probably at this point.
Okay.
If we are assuming that we are an established team on Aqua's ship here,
Yes.
So many of my abilities are keyed in around that. I feel like it's definitely come up.
Alan's in the chat. He says, great character so far. I've also promised to add a cat girl into the game, which I don't know how they talk, so we're going to figure that out as we go. I've been over to Alan's channel, and I see him, but I've never heard him talk. The central mechanic of this game that differentiates it from other games is this concept of wonder points. This is a communal resource that you all earn together, and you spend with the consent of your shipmates. So I'll be handing these points out to you whenever you see or experience something wondrous, and later on you can then spend them to perform wondrous actions. So we will see how that goes. Oh, we got a subscriber. It's Mia. Thanks, Mia. All right. Hey, Jason's here. Wow, the chat is full of people who are also on the show. All right.
Join?
Got to go to Twitch to do that. Start a Twitch account.
I have one of those. It's around here somewhere.
All right. So you guys are in a bit of a pickle right now. We're going to pick you up in media res. In media res. You guys are on the planet Sonos. You landed here along your journey of exploration. This is a dying planet abandoned by all but its smallest gods a long time ago. There's bad air and dust and dirt everywhere. There's one major city on the planet called Helix, but you're nowhere near it. The whole rest of the planet is just wastelands, crags, hills. And there are lots of people, but they all live in sort of small, spread out communities. There are piglins and pious goat folk and cat girls and reclusive sorcerers. The people that you are closest to right now are a people group called the Zeltine. They are a traveling nomadic community with a market that they set up as they travel around from city to city, from settlement to settlement across Sonos. You guys landed here to take a gander at the place, and while your ship was on the ground, the Adam Isa lost its heart. The heart of your ship is a jewel about yay big that allows the ship to travel the ultracosm. Without it, you have essentially a mundane rocket ship. It is going to be harder to control, and it will be incapable of jumping universes. You need the heart of your ship back. And what you know coming into our scene here is that two pieces of information. The villainous thief, as you have pieced together from the clues, is the feared silver sorceress Argencia, who is pictured on the cover. That's her. And she is rumored far and wide to have the power to crush men, which, as I said in the Discord earlier, it's a good thing none of you are playing men. We have 2 women and a spider. So that's good for you guys. But she can crush other men. And then the second piece of information that you've already deduced when we find you is that she is living, or perhaps hiding, amongst the Zeltine, these nomadic people who travel around the planet Sonos. So you are nearby to a Zeltine caravan right now. Would you guys like to do anything on your ship before you head out to the caravan?
Do we like to check for clues how the silver sorceress could have gotten aboard and gotten the heart?
Well, you actually have... Sorry. Alan's cracking me up. He says, crush men, you say. We actually have security footage of a pair of docile, obedient men breaking in through the hatch of your ship while you guys were out exploring, and letting Argencia herself walk right on board the Adamisa, where she took the heart and vacated.
Nobody steals from Sue Startaker. Do all the taking around here.
I don't understand. Why do your biped men act like this? Is she paying them to do this? I'm confused.
Oh, my dear. Men are easily manipulated into doing the things that you wish.
Apparently. Horrible, horrible things.
Yeah, add in some pack dynamics, and you'd be amazed what people will do.
You know what? Because you basically forced me to describe that scene.
Okay.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, the text of the adventure assumes you just already know this information, but I had to come up with how. But that is something wondrous that you witnessed. This Argentia controlling these men. So take a point of wonder for the party.
Yay!
Yay!
There were two men and Argentia.
How many points of wonder did we start with as a crew?
I started you with 3, just so
Okay.
you had some for the one shot.
Oh,
and
that's
I just added 1. Yeah, it's on the
Thank you.
It's on the screen.
I thought that was just an image from the book.
Do the docile and pliant biped men that she was using to break into my ship? Have I seen them around?
No.
I mean, it's a strange planet. We probably wouldn't know them.
Well, no, but I mean, if we're like hanging out with this like group of people, and some of those people came onto my ship.
Yeah,
Can
no
we-
distinguishing like landmarks or anything.
Can we print out a decent image copy of the security footage?
Yeah, you want to take a copy of it with you?
Yes.
Do any of you have something in your gear that might play back such a copy?
You know, I actually have a picture box with that's got a bunch of images on it. Like think like a smartphone, but it's kind of got a frame, and all it does is play images.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a spaceship. I'm going to assume that your little picture frame can play videos. Yeah.
Well, no, that's literally something that's on my character sheet.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I
expanded it a little bit from what the example did, but
yeah.
I didn't want it to be like, oh, I've got a smart. No, it's literally just a picture box, because I wanted to have more than just family or friends pictures. I wanted all of them.
Yeah, I'm choosing to interpret picture box as a box that can show pictures or videos. So you can bring it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What kind of merchant settlement is this anyway that we've landed in?
Well, you're nearby, but you're close enough that you can walk to and see this thing pretty easily. It's maybe 15 minutes walk to catch sight of this settlement. It's not a settlement, really. Like I said, they're nomadic, but they have put down here near the opening of a canyon, and they have started to set up their market.
It's where they're setting up shop.
Yeah. They here's the interesting thing about the Zeltine is that they all live in little clusters of homes and other buildings on the shells of these gigantic crab-like creatures called tremendo stations. Here's a picture of one. There's a tremendo station, and as you can see, I'll make it a little bigger, maybe you guys can see it better. It is full of houses and stuff on the shell. Now there are bunches of these things, and they all walk together as they travel. They stay in a formation, and because of that, the Zeltine have rope bridges and stuff running between the different shells, and basically it's like a little mobile settlement that they have on the backs of these tremendo stations. In the front of the caravan, you will see macro stations, which are giant lobster-like creatures, being ridden by outriders. They're more like horse-sized. Well, they're bigger than horses, but they're the size for like one person to ride. And the outriders are basically like scouts and guards. And they also have, on a chain leash, they guide these impossibly huge, muscular humano-hulks. And the humano-hulks have buckets, metal buckets over their heads. What you have heard of the Zeltine previously, in fact, these sites are among the reasons you chose to visit this planet in the first place. But what you know of the humano-hulks is that when the bucket is opened so they can see, they berserk and will kill anyone that doesn't carry a Zeltine banner.
Zeltine what?
A banner.
Okay.
Anyone who's not flying Zeltine colors is getting destroyed by this humano-hulk as soon as it can see. And they hardly ever do that. It's like last resort because there's always collateral damage. But they're there, and right now, like I said, they're setting up their market here in the entrance to this canyon. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and grant you another wonder point for witnessing these tremendo stations. I had to look at the word again.
Well,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
it is very cool. Shall
I'm
we?
curious as to. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Sarcina, my dear.
I was curious if their offspring are tasty and good to eat.
The crabs or the humano-hulks?
The crabs.
You'd have to be very, very hungry. Imagine.
I mean, most things are tasty once you've congealed them down to a nice liquid state. Just slurp up.
Or drenched them in butter. Though I have to say, even with that much butter, I don't care much for shellfish.
Well, I suspect anything would be better than prison food.
Oh,
Have to agree with you.
Did you spend time in prison?
A very short time, yes.
Incredibly
Oh, who
innocently.
hasn't spent a month or two in some prison somewhere? Law enforcement is so nosy.
Yes, always butting into business that isn't their own.
I know. They just have to get into everybody else's business and things that do not concern them at all. Speaking of which, I do have a number of items in my satchel that I need to. I'd like to exchange for coin, let's just say. So let's head into this market. Maybe we can knock down 2 birds with 1 stone. If we can use some of my little gems here to find our way back to our big gem.
Okay. You walk into this place and it is a hustle and a bustle. It is full of the craziest life forms you've ever seen. Piglins and goatmen and regular human-looking types. There are market stalls all around you. You can see, you're surrounded by the tremendo stations and the settlement and all the rope bridges and everything.
Steve, quick question.
Yeah?
The market is not on the tremendo stations.
The bulk of the market is being set up on the ground.
Okay.
But you have access to the settlement up there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's where the good stuff is. Always put it in the back. Make you work a little harder. If Aqua, my dear, you have you kept a copy of those 2 the picture of the two men, right? That the Silver
Yes.
Sorceress had under her thrall. All right.
Yes, I've got it right here.
Well, how do you want to approach this? Do we want to just start asking, like, has anybody seen these men? Do we want to play it a little closer to the chest and see if...
I will point out you have the video of the men, but Argentia herself is also in the video.
That's true. But if we see... The men are Zeltine, right? They look like they would be.
You can't tell. They're not dressed like Zeltine. They're clearly... they're dressed like what Argentia would call toy boys.
Not boy toys, toy boys.
No, you heard me.
All right. Duly noted.
It's shirtless, pecs, loincloth, probably sandals. Yeah.
And Argentia is feared in these territories, or?
She is a well-known sorceress, and she's not particularly feared overall, but she is known to have the power to crush men.
I like that we keep going back to that particular phrasing.
She crushes men. What do you want from me?
Like literally squashes them into like puddles, or?
She crushes their wills.
Yep.
Very familiar with that, as that was my MO for a while as well.
Yeah. So what will you guys do? Are you mentioned, Sue, that you had some stuff you wanted to try and barter here?
Yes. I would like to... I'll start circulating and just start kind of looking at wares, start trying to sort of use my... What have I got? I do have my particular or my particular sensing abilities. I don't have a very high mind score, but I do have, I have friends in expensive places, and I'd like to use that to try to get a sense of where the rich people are here, like the really good high-end merchants who can afford to buy what I'm selling today.
Friends in expensive places. Is this a cosm power or an archetype power?
It comes with my my drive, which is for wealth. So it's a trait of my drive.
Okay. And does it have a description with it?
Sure. Give me a sec. I have friends in expensive places throughout the Ultracosm upon whom you might occasionally be able to call for favors.
Okay. So pretty vague.
It's pretty vague, yeah.
Yeah, that's in keeping with the spirit of the whole game.
Yeah, which is a good
thing. I was going to say first of all, before we resolve that ability specifically, I would like you to roll a mind check, please.
Okay.
You're trying to hit a 12.
What dice am I rolling?
Actually, this is really easy. It's a D20.
D20.
And
okay.
Your modifier is your score minus 10. So your mind is a 9, so you got a -1 modifier.
I get a -1. Yeah.
And I'm revising the target I set for you because this is actually a really easy thing to notice. Just try to hit a 7.
Well, guess what I hit?
What?
2.
Okay.
Ouch.
Well, you're just so busy looking around for any sign of someone you might know on this planet that you space out on your surroundings and you miss the pertinent information here. But
I'm just not used to this kind of like nomadic
Yeah.
This isn't my scene.
But you
wait,
do.
Wait.
That ability of yours does give you enough insight to understand that the rich people here are going to be the ones that live way up at the tops of those Tremendo Stations shells. You can tell that pretty easily. Looking around at the ones that you can see, you actually realize that you recognize someone that you see up on one of the shells. You see Tack of Tack's Emporium for Explorers and Fortune Hunters.
Hey, Tack.
Yeah, Tack. She is, she's upstairs. You're going to have to go up and meet her. She is an old acquaintance of yours. Not a friend, but friendly. She is...
business associate.
Yes, she is a large-breasted, scantily clad cat girl.
Meow.
Nice.
Sure.
Friends, wonderful news. Do you see up there the large-breasted, scantily clad cat girl?
How could I miss her?
That is Tack. Let's go say hello. My dearest, one of my dearest and bestest business acquaintances. And I'll just go ahead and start walking and see if these guys can follow me or not as they like.
I'm a little suspicious of the bestest business associates. I kind of raise an eyebrow at you and and give you kind of a sideways look and follow.
Yeah, so Tack sees you coming, Sue, and she says, meow.
Grrr. Back at you.
When you growl like that, she doesn't back up, but you can see she kind of just wants to. Like there's something in her cat person self that is reacting to your werewolf growl in a very primal way and would like to leave just for a second. But you're both, sentient beings, and she knows that you're here for a reason. So she's going to say, Sue Startaker, what brings you to my market?
Why, Tack, I had no idea this is where you set up shop these days. This is charming.
Yes. Every now and then, it's good to find yourself a new place to be for a while. You understand?
Oh, of course. Understand completely. I would love to do a little business with you. Oh, let me introduce my friends. Captain Aquachan, and of course, Miss Sarsina T.
Ah, Sarsina.
Hello, Tack.
She's completely ignoring Aquachan and just checking out Sarsina.
Yeah, Aquachan just scuttles right up and puts his little hand out. It's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
She will shake your hand after glancing at it for a second in a way that you're probably used to dealing with more humanoid types, where she's clearly just looking to see if there's anything gross or sticky on your hand before she shakes it.
No, I've got gloves on. I've got a spacesuit on.
Well, and now that she has glanced at your hands, she's aware of that, and she shakes your hand.
I have no idea what this spacesuit actually looks like, but it's there.
It has a full bubble helmet, and it's just...
Probably.
Yeah, it definitely
But however
does.
that works with, my arms basically being right next to my... right next to my head, but there's no neck.
Yeah. And I mean, it's designed for your species.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's shaking your hand. When you stick your hand out, she does pay more attention to you, and then she turns and gestures to her large shop, which you can actually go inside. Her shop is in the shell of this Tremendo station. She's about 5 levels from the top here. And when you go inside, it's nice and carved out. It's like nice rounded edges, and it's a nice place in here. She's got various wares. She's got a basic breathing bowl helmet for ultranauts like yourselves. She's got some more advanced varieties of helmets. She's got a full-on waist racer, which is a vehicle here. She's got animals in here. She's got a mount, a Carolynn Strider, which is like a big, tall, insect-like thing you can ride. She's got, this one's fun. She's got a Labaster travel syringe.
Oh,
What?
It injects compressed, slow-released vital humors to survive the inhospitable atmospheres of the wastes. So basically, it's a shot that lets you last longer if you're out in the wasteland. And many, many other things throughout the shop. And as she begins showing them to you, do you want to talk to her, or what are you thinking?
Well, I'm assuming Sue's leading off on this, because this is her friend.
Yeah, if you guys want to take a turn, I've handled the introduction, and we all know why we're here. I can tell you sort of in slow motion how I would handle this scene, but if anybody else wants to, because I'm letting her. We're in the small talk part of this, so everybody is chatting. Everybody's just oohing and awing over how wonderful everything is and how amazing it is to run into each other here. And oh my goodness, I'm just so happy to find you.
All her wares are lovely. And Miss, do you recognize either of these men? Either of these male bipeds?
Oh, all male bipeds look the same to me.
I mean, they do, but specifically these two, and possibly this woman.
Yeah, I was going to say, show her the lady.
Aqua-chan, why don't you give me a mind check? You're trying to beat a 12.
Well, I totally don't.
Okay.
I got a 7.
So she stares at the men for a while, and she says, "I do not recognize them."
Crumbs.
What about the lady?
Sue.
You're gonna show her Argentia?
Yeah, I did.
He already did.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Sue, please, you roll a mind check with advantage.
Ah, thanks. I'm gonna need it.
I know.
Not up. Like last time I played, I got incredible rolls all night. This game is not off to a good start. That's slightly better. At advantage, I have a 12 total.
Okay, that's the target I set. It's enough for you to notice that Aqua-chan asked her about the men and the woman, and she only answered the question about the men.
Oh, you tease, and I give her a nudge that's just a little too hard, a little too sharp in the elbow to be entirely friendly. Have you been making friends with the locals?
I don't know what you think the word locals means, but the Zeltine are a loose community. People come and go. You know how it is.
I do know how it is. And I'm going to reach in my satchel. I've experienced enough not to put all of my contraband in one place, but I'll reach into one of my pockets to remove a handful of the jewels that I've recently acquired in circumstances that really, are nobody's business, and just sort of lay them out on the counter, just sort of running them through my fingers. I am looking to do business, so this may be your lucky day, Tech. Ordinarily, I think this might be, well, your work is your wares are excellent, but I feel like today might be a really wonderful day for a bargain for you.
Who's looking for those?
Well, nobody on this planet. Come on, darling.
How many of them do you lay out?
Well, I said in my original starting equipment, this is the other part of wealth, is that I start with 500 gold pieces. I decided that's 500 gold pieces worth of hot gems.
So I'm asking you how many what is the number of gems that you've put down?
I'm gonna say I put down maybe 5 to 7 gems that are totaling about 100 gold pieces between all of them. So about a fifth of my haul I put down in front of her.
Okay. She's going to look at it and say, for half of those, I'll tell you her name. For the other half, I'll tell you where to find her.
Oh. Well, you drive a very hard bargain, my dear, but we actually already have her name. So why don't I keep, and I'm going to drag back half, and you can have that half for telling me where she is.
What do you know? The price for her location just doubled.
Tack, you drive such a hard bargain.
You know how market values fluctuate.
They do. I tell you what, and I'll push the gems back towards her. I'm like doing this thing with my hand. It's not on camera. Push the gems back towards her, but keep my hand on them. Be like, how about if you let me and my friends pick out something here? What is the value? Like in terms of gold pieces value, the items that you described, what would be I'm thinking of that Lebaster. How much is that?
Are you trying to gauge that on your own by looking at it?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm looking at your advances here. Feral Mind, Natural Born Killer, Terrible Curse. Okay. You have a good sense of smell.
Yes. And also very sharp claws that I'm drumming on the table as the tabletop over these. So I stare at the kitty.
Sarcina, please give me a mind check with advantage looking at Tack.
Uh, 11.
Tack's left hand is below the counter. You haven't seen that hand since she walked back there. Sue?
Mm-hmm.
With your sense of smell, you realize that you don't smell any gold in this place.
Do I smell silver?
A little bit. She keeps that on her.
I tell you what, how about half now, and if your information pans out, half when we get back. Gives you a little bit of motivation.
She opens her mouth to answer, and you hear a loud shout from outside. A voice that you don't recognize is yelling, "The bridges have been cut! She's cut the bridges!" And then there is a rumble, a powerful rumble, as of a loud engine.
Well, darling, looks like you missed your shot. I'm going to grab all the gems back and run.
Opposed agility roll against Tack, because she's grabbing for the gems and she's saying, she lives in that one.
She lives in, the one that just has been cut and is taking off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, opposed agility roll. There we go. That is, with my bonus, going to be 19.
You grab the gems, and she goes, "Damn it!" And as the three of you, are you guys leaving the shop now to go see?
Oh yeah, I'm like Aqua-chan is already on his way out the door.
Scuttling out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sarsina and Sue, are you guys leaving?
Sarsina, what are you up to?
On the way out, following Aqua-chan, I will turn back and look at Tack and say, "You have very fine fur. I'm not sure how you keep it so fine in this dry weather, but I hope to see you again someday."
You're welcome anytime, Sarsina. And Sue, she raises her laser pistol out from behind the counter, and she's pointing it at you.
I flip her a couple of the gems that are probably.
She puts it away. She puts it away.
Yeah, I'll flip her enough that it actually does get to 50 worth of gold pieces.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm a star taker of my word. Like, always a pleasure doing business. And
You're a good egg, Star Taker.
So outside, one of these giant crab city things is scuttling out.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You go outside. The bridges have been cut. The ropes have been cut, and the shell of the Tremendo station is shaking and rumbling as clouds of smoke and gas come out from under it, befuddling the poor Tremendo station itself. And then the shell begins to shake and lift off. You realize that someone has built a ship into the shell of this Tremendo station, and it's beginning to rocket off the planet.
How far away is it?
It is actually one that is adjacent to the one you're on. So one of the bridges that's been cut is right near you. You can't jump; it's much too far for that. But from one to
far?
one to the side of the shell you're on to the shell that's taking off, probably 50 yards.
Oh.
What's that in meters?
Almost the same. They're both about 3 feet.
Damn. That's not what I had.
How many meters can you leap?
9.
Okay. How far can you shoot some web out of your butt?
I don't have that power.
Why? Why are you a spider if you don't have that power?
Because I only get like 3 fucking advances to start this character off, and I wanted a ray gun.
Man, if I was playing a spider, first thing I'd say is, I'm shooting web out of my butt. All right. Good night, Alan. Good to see you.
It's like, did we see a grappling gun in Tack's shop? If so, maybe I'd turn around and grab it real quick.
Yeah.
You said that the falling ropes are still vaguely in range?
No, because they were cut while you were still inside, so they would have fallen out of range by now. Your end of what was once a bridge is near you, but the other end is not.
End.
Yeah, your end. Yeah, but that doesn't help. Sarsina, yes, you saw a gas-propelled grappling gun in the shop.
I will return to the shop and toss...
No sooner has the door opened than a ray gun is pointed at it.
Wait. I would like to borrow your grappling gun.
It's not a rental house.
How much for the grappling gun? Quick. We've got to move fast.
She's going to glance over your person. What do you have on you that's visible? So here's the information that was being hinted at that everyone failed their mind roll on.
Nah.
This market is a bartering market. People don't take currency here, they trade. So Sarcina, she is glancing at what you have on you. What do you have visible that she might want in exchange for this grapple?
There's the half porcelain mask that I wear. I have some fancy gloves that I'm also wearing. A ray emitter at my hip. I have basically a small purse or bag over my shoulder that has some money in it. But also I'm carrying like a riding crop that I kind of like, I'm swatting any flies or insects away that might be lingering about.
For the mask and the riding crop, you can have the grapple.
I toss her the riding crop, and reluctantly I reach up to remove my mask, and I look at it with like deep longing as I hand it over to her. And of course, that side of my face has got paralysis. It kind of droops a little. It's like, do you have an eye patch?
Roll a mind check for me.
That is a 14.
She winks at you and hands the mask back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
I do dump a couple of gold coins out of my bag as I turn to run with and fire the grappling hook.
Okay, give me an agility check to get that grappling hook hooked onto the shell of this rocketing Tremendo station.
A 9.
You miss. You have 2 more tries. You need to hit a 15 before this thing gets out of range.
While she's doing that, can I bring our ship up to bear?
Yes, because you gave the Adamisa the remote control property.
Yes.
You can do that from here.
Yes. Yeah, I want to do. I want to like fuck it. I'm getting my ship in this.
So bringing
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Great. Okay. So Aquachan flying the ship to here does not require a roll. It's something that you can do easily. Sarcina, you have grappled this.
Nope.
Got everyone back?
Did we go down?
Just
I'm
for a
back.
split second. Sarcina,
Or
your
second.
your newly purchased grappling hook has caught the shell as it lifts off. And split second choice, obviously you bought it for this reason. Are you going to hang on to it as it lifts up into the air, presumably to space?
For it.
Absolutely.
We'll be right behind
does it
you.
have like a retracting mechanism on it, like a zip line? Or
Of course it does.
all right. I kind of reach over and I grab Sue around her waist,
Like, yeah, let's swashbuckle, baby.
and we like swing out over the desert, I guess.
Oh, you're taking
and then
Sue with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Taking Sue
yeah.
with me.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Never say no to a swashbuckle. Or rope swing.
Out you go. Out over the landscape. Yeah. So you're
Once they swing out, Aquachan just says to himself, "Those crazy bipeds."
the crazy bipeds. And Aquachan, so like I said,
with a secret longing that he wishes he was doing that.
yeah, you do wish it, but
Yeah.
you're not. She couldn't grab you. Probably you're not the right shape to just get under an arm.
No, I'm a little big for that.
Yeah, I imagine you kind of like horse-sized.
Well, like more like person-sized, like small person-sized for like my thorax and head and everything. But there's a bit of leg going on there too. So
Yeah, there's a lot of parts. Is the gist.
yeah.
So bringing the ship to you does not take a roll, like I said, but it does take some time because you've got to get it up high enough to get over all the Tremendo stations and then down to where you are. But you are able to get in, and by the time you get into the ship, Sue and Sarcina are no longer visible as the shell of this tremendo station has launched straight up. It's just a tiny speck way, way up in the sky.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm going to try and follow it.
Okay. So you, Aqua-chan, the Atomisa is missing its heart. And while it does still have the ability to fly like a normal rocket ship, it's unbalanced, it's shaky, it's chugging. It feels like it's rattling, it's going to fly apart at the seams. You are following this tremendo station rocket, and you leave the atmosphere as it seems to be heading to the moon, to Sonos's moon. You're having trouble keeping the flight steady, but you're not having any trouble following Argentia's ship. Sue and Sarcina, you guys have retracted your way all the way up to the lowest level of this ship. Mia, I heard that you got the dirty 20. I didn't catch whether it was your second or third attempt.
It was my second roll, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say that means you're one level up from the bottom. You don't have to start at the very bottom. You're one level up from the bottom on this sort of spiral. The wind is blowing your hair wildly. You can feel your faces being pulled. You have just a second at the edge of the atmosphere to get your bubble helmets on before you're in space, riding on the outside of a tremendo station shell. The actual creature is still on the ground. But
is there any hatches that we could hack our way into, like a security door?
Airlock.
Yeah, airlock that we can
yes.
reach.
There are doors. There are doors on the outside, yes. Are you going to try one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarcina, do you want to go first? It was your idea. Or we can both.
I would say you go first, as I'm like undoing the grappling thing from the structure and getting it packed into my bag.
Okay.
After getting my helmet on, yes.
So go ahead, Sue.
Okay. Agility roll? Or...
no, you go to the door and you open it.
all right.
Yeah. There is... It opens easily, and you're looking into a hallway that is carved out, and you see a goblin holding a small round object that you quickly realize is in fact a bomb. And
we're in space. That's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me.
I don't think so, lady! And he throws it at your face and slams the door. Please roll me 1d6.
Okay. That was a 6.
You know what? I misspoke. Please roll me 1d10.
Okay. Don't know if I'm hoping for high or low. Got a 7.
Well, high or low doesn't really matter so much, but you did want exactly a 7 because he throws the bomb at you, and 7 means premature explosion. It goes off in his hand. The goblin is painted on the inside of the hallway. The door does not get closed except by the explosion itself, which protects you from it. And you are looking down a hallway now, past some goblin guts to another pair of goblins down the hallway, also both holding bombs, going...
I told you.
They're throwing bombs as well.
Okay. All right.
We can do. We can enter combat here, or you can close the door.
Combat. Oh, I'm 100% going for this. You can't throw a fight in front of Sue Startaker and not expect her to, take it.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Sue and Sarcina, you'll be involved in the actual combat. Aqua-chan, I'm going to have you in the initiative order as well, because you're going to need to be making checks to pilot the Adam Issa by yourself in a high-speed chase.
Yeah.
So the way combat works in this system is you can take a fast action or a regular action, basically a fast turn or a regular turn. If you choose to act fast, it means you can only take one action on your turn, but you get to go first. If you choose to take a regular one, you get 2 actions, and then the order is always that the player characters who are acting fast go first in whatever order you agree on. Then the enemies who are acting fast go second. Then the player characters who are taking a regular action go third, and any enemies who are taking regular actions go last. So who would like to act fast? Sarcina's going to act fast. What about Sue?
Sue is going to act... Yeah, Sue will act fast. Sure.
Okay, and Aqua-chan, you're piloting a ship and you're not currently being threatened, so I assume you're going to take a regular action.
Sure.
Okay.
Something like that?
Yeah, so, again, the difference is you get 1 action if you act fast, 2 if you take a regular turn, but it affects how high in the initiative you are. So, Sue and Sarcina, I'll say Sue should go first just because you're in the hallway with the door in your hand. So why don't you go first, then Sarcina?
So to be clear, an action, it's 1 action, and that includes running and attacking would be separate actions?
No. Traveling a near distance would be an action, but this game defines close as within 3 or 4 steps, and that doesn't take an action to cross.
Okay, and I'm that close to the goblins?
No, you would have to take an action to reach out and touch them. You would have to take an action to
charge.
What is the charge action? So that's run and attack, yeah?
Yeah, it's a wonder thing. Sorry, I'm scrolling through the PDF because I've got the book right here, so why would I use that?
Page 21. It says charge, move a short distance, and attack.
Yes, you could spend, that costs 2 wonder to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to give you guys another point of wonder for witnessing the batshit ship launch. That was nuts.
Yep.
And you know what? Another one for the swashbuckle. You guys are up to 7.
Sweet.
Okay. If you guys are okay with it, I would like to go ahead and do a charge.
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right. I out my bow staff. I have a retractable bow staff, and I it out, and I charge at this goblin, and I swing with all my might.
All right.
And it's a 1d6 for damage. Do I just go ahead and do I need to roll separately for a hit?
Yes, you need to beat the monster's defense.
Okay.
Let me reread what that is.
Okay, so I roll a d20 and add the relevant modifier, which I think in this case would be brawn. Or it could be agility.
Yeah. It would be brawn.
Can I do agility instead?
No, not with a charge.
Alright, fair enough. Alright. That's a 14.
14 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find like just a nice little... Yeah, you got him.
Alright, I'll roll my damage. 2 damage.
And Sarah, did you add the extra D4 damage for charging?
Oh, yeah. 1d4. So that's 2 damage plus 3. So that's 5 damage. Thank you.
Okay, the first goblin is dead. You have crushed his skull with your bow staff. So you opened the door, said some random bullshit to a goblin who blew himself up by accident, and then you immediately charged in and crushed the skull of the second goblin. There is a third goblin, but it's not his turn, it's Cersina's.
I will step to position myself so I don't hit Sue as I fire my ray emitter at the remaining goblin.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack.
That is agility, yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to meet or beat 11.
I think I'll just take the 1 that I rolled.
Well, you're distracted by all the blood that's dripping down over the doorway. Yeah, it's understandable. So the last goblin is going to take his turn. He's going to turn to run, and as he runs, he's going to throw that bomb at Sue Startaker. Sue, please roll 1d10 to see what kind of bomb this one is.
Absolutely. A 1. It's a 1 kind of bomb.
Well, this bomb explodes into a white powder, which you are quite sure that if you did not have your bubble helmet entirely covering your head, would make you sneeze like the Dickens. And that is our fast turns. The last goblin is running as fast as he can. Aqua-chan, you are trying to pilot the Adam Issa as it is missing its heart and its crew. Trying to chase this tremendo station shell through the night sky. Please give me a, let's call this an agility check, unless you have an ability that you think would apply to this.
To piloting my ship?
Yeah, I think it's just agility. Yeah, you don't have anything in your advances that looks applicable to me.
I don't know if there are really. So, my character concept.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not gonna be too high of a difficulty. It wouldn't be a roll at all if it wasn't for the missing crew and the missing parts.
Five.
Oof. Okay. But you get to make another one because you didn't act fast. You get 2 actions, so we're going to do 2 rolls here.
Now let's see if we can beef this one. 17.
Okay, so you start to drift off course, and you are able to correct. We are back to the top of initiative, and we can make this choice every round. Who's going to act fast and who's going to take a regular turn?
Regular for me.
Okay, Cersina?
I will act fast to try and do the emitter shot again.
Okay, go for it.
All right, that is a 17.
17, you got him.
All right, and 1d8 damage for 7 points.
Bam! You blasted a hole right through the middle of this goblin. His bag of little bombs drops on the ground. And you know what? The first goblin whose head that Sue caved in with the staff has also dropped a bag of bombs. So there's just bombs all over now. But the combat is over. Aqua-chan, you are able to keep the ship on track as you guys begin to approach the moon. Now the party is split at the moment, so this is going to be kind of interesting. Cersina, you're still kind of outside. You're more or less in the doorway. you are able to see this giant ice moon that the ship is putting down on. Somehow, Argentia's crustacean shell rocket ship manages to land gently, and now it's like this tower fortress on this ice moon of Sonos. And right nearby is the edge of this big cliff. And Aqua-chan's piloting the Adamisa, which you know for the first time, because you didn't know that, but you can see the ship coming. And it's shaking like crazy, it's backfiring, and it's crashing. It's crashing at the bottom of the cliff. Aqua-chan, you are not hurt, but this ship's not going anywhere till it gets its heart back. And above you is an ice cliff. And above that is your two crewmates and Argentia's tower.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I start climbing. I have the body for it.
Okay. So, Sue and Sarcina, you're now aware that Aqua-chan's down this cliff. What are you guys going to do?
How much rope does that grappling gun have in it? Can we assist him in his climb by
Yeah, you can get down
reversing
there.
the grapple?
You can.
Well, I wasn't planning to go down there myself,
But you can get it down there is what I meant.
I can get the rope down there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say that solves this problem. Yeah, Aqua-chan, you already are a spider, and also they've lowered a rope, so you're fine.
Not just a rope. Like we hook the grappling hook on
A winch. It's
and
a
lower
full
the part
winch.
with the winch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can just like grab it and haul himself up.
We're going to go ahead and take our break a little early tonight because you guys have reached the part of the adventure where you're going to have to infiltrate Argentia's tower.
On the moon.
Yes. Yes, you guys are on the moon. And that's how crazy this game is.
Better not be any silver in the Silver Sorceress's fortress.
Oh boy, she's just crushing men left and right in there. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Tales from the Backlog. Hypertellurians, the heart of Adam Isa. Well, you guys have successfully made it to the moon. The ice moon, which I don't think the moon is a name, but it's the moon of the planet Sonos, and you stand outside the Tremendo Station shell rocket ship / fortress of Argentia, the evil sorceress who crushes men. I'm going to go ahead and give you another point of wonder for everything you can see right now. A giant ice moon. And goblins with weird bombs that do things. Yeah, so you guys successfully more or less bypassed the challenge of climbing up the cliff. Jason, I'll let you know, there was no way to not crash at the bottom of the cliff. It's part of the story, part of the rails of the story. But you didn't crash too bad. That's what your rolls got you. And yeah, so are you guys gonna go back up to the level that you were on? Remember, when you guys originally grappled the shell, I said that you had gotten to the second level. So that's where the door was that you opened. In order to get Aqua-chan up, you would have had to leave the tower entirely and go to the edge of the cliff to lower him the grapple. So how are you going to reapproach the tower?
One of us have stayed back in that particular airlock and waited for the other to return with Aqua.
Sure. Which one of you would have gone to the cliff? Sarcina, you were in possession of the grapple.
So yeah, I could go while Sue waits if she doesn't mind.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of feel like I'm just like breathing and like holding the door open, like must crush more goblins.
Okay, so Sarcina and Aqua-chan, you're going to just grapple back up to that second level and go in the same door to meet Sue.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So in this hallway, I didn't describe it too much before, but it's spiraling hallways that go up throughout the different levels of the tower in the shape of the shell itself. There are it's lit by the glowing orbs, red and purple orbs that just sort of float and glow. The light down here on the second level is pretty sparse. There aren't too many of these orbs, enough that you can just see all the different corridors and rooms. They're carved in a fashion that's pretty angular, a lot of sharp edges, and it's generally pretty quiet. But in order to reach the top from in here, you're gonna have to travel the hallways and go from room to room.
I mean, I figure we're probably going to have to be a little sneaky. I mean, playing to all of our strengths.
And I'm back. I smack my bow staff into my hand, like, oh yeah, you know me. I love sneaking.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea if any of us are. I'm assuming I am not good at sneaking.
I believe that would just be an agility roll. So, Aqua-chan,
So I am not good at sneaking.
You would, in fact, be the worst at it. But Sarcina and Sue both have decent agility scores.
I have very good agility.
Yeah. +1 for Sarcina and +3 for Sue.
Dang, Sue.
Yeah.
See?
So yeah, why don't you guys go ahead and do that? We'll roll a group stealth check so that the way I don't know if there's rules for this, but the way I'll do it is everybody roll, and if at least 2 of you beat a 12, that's going to be a success.
I had a 13.
Jason?
Oh, I'm not helping at all. I rolled a 2.
So did I.
How did you roll a 2? You've got like a +3.
Yeah, so I got 5. Matt.
I'm like, will you two be quiet back there? Gracious.
Well,
Sarcina,
I am literally trying.
Sarcina, when you turn around to whisper shout that at your companions, you see that there are already 4 goblins behind them with bombs ready to throw. So we'll go ahead and go into the combat again. You guys...
So yeah.
You know what? Actually, Aqua-chan, please roll 1d6.
So I turn and look at you, and my eyes grow big, and I'm like, you can see me look. I kind of lean and look past you.
Okay.
oh, nice.
So what you rolled for, Jason, was to see what room you're in when this happens. I've got a d6 table for rooms here. You're in the Goblin Bomb Lab. There are goblin bombs everywhere. This is the lab where they make the bombs. There's tables around. There's bombs in various stages of assembly, all sorts of different chemicals that they fill the bombs with, and there's these 4 goblins getting ready to throw bombs at you. So who's acting fast?
Not me.
Aqua-chan's acting fast.
I will also act fast.
Okay, which one of you would like to go first?
Aqua-chan? They're right
Sure,
behind
I'm
you
worse at
versus.
So with spider-like reflexes, I flip my my fancy ray emitter off the webbing on my chest, my abdomen, I guess, and zap zap, which I guess is really just one zap, but
Yeah,
I
'cause you're
zap
acting
at one of the goblins, and oh wow, I got a 14.
That's a hit, sir.
So that's D6 magic damage, and I got a 4.
Okay, you know what? I decided at the start of the last combat that each of these goblins has 4 hit points. You have indeed killed a goblin. We're down to 3. All of the goblins who did not just get killed are acting fast, and they got 1 bomb for each of you.
Well, Sarcina, were you acting fast as well?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Go ahead, Sarcina.
I quickly scan the room for cover, and I will step in that direction as I kind of back in that direction as I fire my emitter at one of the goblins.
Okay, roll that, please.
Another dirty 20.
That's
Nice.
a hit.
Okay. For 3 points of damage.
For the first time, a goblin survives one of your attacks. So, all right. So, Aquachan killed one, Sarcina wounded one, and now they will all throw their bombs. So, I would like each of you to please roll 1d10 to find out what kind of bomb is thrown at you.
Are the goblins all acting fast?
Yes. They're literally just throwing bombs. There's no reason for them to wait. Aquachan, what'd you get?
I got a 7.
Yay!
Okay.
And a 6.
Like, I fist pumped for a reason, baby.
Yeah, you did. Sarcina, you got a 6. So Jason obviously remembers that 7 is premature explosion. The 6 is...
I don't like that laugh.
I'll tell you in a second. Sarah, what did you get?
2.
Okay. Sarcina, the bomb explodes in your face, leaving behind a lovely scent reminiscent of a spring bouquet. And no damage at all. Aquachan, the goblin who was throwing the bomb at you is the same one that Sarcina blasted, and the premature explosion kills it. Sue, please roll a brawn check.
Okay.
If you do not beat 15, you're going to sleep.
Oh boy. I do have +1 affinity here.
It's not damage, it's just sleepy.
Yeah, that's going to be a 3.
Eesh.
Sue just goes out.
Ugh.
Sleepy
Potato
gas.
sack down to the floor.
Sleepy gas for Sue. Okay, new round. Who's acting fast this time? Sue, you're out.
I'm out.
No.
Okay,
Regular
Aquachan,
action.
are you gonna act fast?
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna act fast.
Great. You know, it has proven to be a good decision every time someone's done it. They've taken at least one goblin out. So
Yeah.
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 So yeah, what are you doing? You taking a shot?
Well, I mean, half of the goblins have already been pasted.
Yes, 2 of 4 are dead.
Yeah. So I'm leveling my gun at I'm leveling my my fancy my fancy ray emitter at the other 2, and I say, there's only half of you left. Just put those bombs away and let us by. or I will blast you again.
Argentia says no one goes by!
Did I just waste my action trying to intimidate them?
No. That didn't
Okay, then
cost-
I blast them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. 11 or higher.
Nice. So I got a 4.
Cool. So you're so busy mouthing off that you lose focus and blast
Apparently.
nothing. I think that Sarcina, you are going to take a regular action this time.
Correct.
So yeah, there's 2 goblins left. There's 2 of you standing. So go ahead and roll 1d10 each.
Oh, fuck.
Another 6.
I
got a 2.
Okay, well, Sarcina, this goblin is just throwing flower bombs at you. And Aqua-chan, you got a snoozy one, so give me that brawn check. 15 or higher.
9.
Aqua-chan goes to sleep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my dice do not like me tonight.
Oh, boy. Sarcina, are you acting fast?
I was doing a regular action.
Yeah, she
Oh,
still
that's
has a
right.
regular action.
You need 2. You need 2. My bad. Go ahead and take your action. Actions.
Well, I kind of stop where I'm standing and I turn to go back and like grab Sue by like her collar to pull her back and fire my, basically start to pull her back as I shoot one of the goblins with the emitter.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Excuse me. Shouldn't say that. That's not good. That's a 3.
Okay, that's a miss. I'm going to say just grabbing Sue and pulling her with you is not an action, so you can take another shot.
Okay. That's a smidge better. 12.
That one hits.
3. I'm just rolling the same digits over and over again.
Well, that's significant damage. That's 75% damage to one of them. Cool. So you're the only one of the party awake, Sarcina. You can act fast, or you can see if these goblins hit you with more flowers.
I'm going to act fast since in that moment Aqua also falls asleep, so I'm going to shoot the emitter again.
Okay.
Gimenez crud. That is a 1 on the dice.
Oh, no. Oh.
So 2.
Woo! I mean, crit fails are a thing, but I feel like both of your companions being asleep is enough of a consequence. Yeah, so these goblins are going to throw 2 more bombs, and this time they're both coming for you. So how about you roll a d10 and I'll roll one for you.
All right. 6. I'm telling you.
While one of them is a lovely floral scent, and the other explodes into a cloud of angry ice moon wasps. They are not particularly dangerous, but they are annoying. You are going to have disadvantage on your next shot because of the wasp cloud. So that was the goblins acting fast. And you acted fast before them and missed, so it's their turn again because they're acting fast again. I'm going to say that they are out of bombs, and they are just going to come and try and melee you. So the first goblin, what is your defense here?
I have an 11.
Okay.
Don't you have... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The first goblin misses. They're coming at you with clubs. And the second goblin hits with a 12. So the damage... How do I damage a person? That's going to be 3 damage from this club. But I see that you have an affinity of 1, so that's going to lower it by 2. So you're going to take 2 brawn damage. And then it will be your turn. Mia, I think you're muted.
Sorry about that. I'm going to fire twice with my emitter.
Okay.
Basically, drop Sue to the floor and fend these 2 off. Let's switch dice. That is an 18 on the first.
Okay, that's a hit.
For 4.
I'm going to
Nice.
say that you hit the one that hadn't been hurt yet because that'll kill him.
Okay. And that is a 11 on the second attack roll.
Just barely a hit, and he only has 1 hit point left, so you've killed him as well.
With a 4 on the dice.
Great. All right, well, they are dead. The sleeping gas begins to wear off. It was only effective for the length of the combat. So Aqua-chan and Sue, you're starting to come out of it. And you wake.
5 more minutes, Mom.
You wake to find Sarcina over the bodies of 4 dead goblins.
See, I just had this entire action movie star sequence, and we slept through it, defending us.
That is correct.
So, did you enjoy your naps?
Oh. No, I want to hit something now. And all right.
Plenty of dead goblin bodies.
I'm trying to poke at one with the bow staff. I'm like, not as much fun. Oh, can we take the bombs?
Yep.
How many are left? I think you said that they ran out.
They ran out, but you're in the bomb lab.
Can we tell what bombs do what?
Nope.
Totally random.
Yeah.
Nice work, goblins. Just leave it to the goblins.
I admire their ingenuity as a people, but I question their documentation practices.
I'm going to roll to see how many bombs are intact and ready for you guys to take and use. 12.
Okay.
So how about you each take 4 each?
Yes. I will take my 4, and I will see if you guys were going to take yours as well.
I'll take them.
Absolutely. These will come in handy. As long as I'm not tossing flower bombs, I'll be okay.
And one of the goblins, who you realize from his garb was probably the leader, has a weapon on his back that he never got a chance to use before you brutally murdered him. I'm putting the stats of the Vibro Spear in the Discord for you guys. This is a medium weapon dealing 1d6 damage with the tags of excruciating, long, magic, throwing, and unreliable. The spear ignores all armor, including magic armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would
I mean, do you want that, Sue?
I would like it, but I'm fine if somebody else wants it. I don't have a special or I have an unremarkable weapon right now.
Yeah, you're good for it if you want it.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and take that. I've got
I will
a
take
fairly
that.
spiffy
Have something
emitter.
cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't mind if I do.
Vibro Spear for Sue. So it goes on in this way for a number of levels, all the way up through this tower. until eventually you reach the Apex Trinity. This is the topmost room in the Silver Sorceress's lair. And you find it's basically in 3 areas. As you guys come in looking around, you see that there's like this big half-circle sofa piled with cushions, upon which there is a giant helmet. And then from this helmet, there are all these tubes running to random cylinders on shelves on the wall behind the sofa. So that's one area. Then the other area is like the lounge, because the round sofa thing with the helmet wasn't it. This place is just filled with like random bean bags and like wedge furniture, pillows, lava lamps, toy boys everywhere. There's a few women in there as well. Just a bunch of crushed men. And then there is the rocket ship sort of operations area, like the command and control center. And these are all sort of 3 subsections of one giant suite here, in which you see Argentia herself. She is a sexy villainess straight from a sci-fi B movie. I showed you the picture of her at the beginning. She's on the cover. That's her. And what I did not point out at the beginning is that green gem that she currently has on the end of her staff is the heart of the Adam Isa. She has taken it and mounted it on her staff. As you come in, she cackles villainously. So you have followed me all the way to the moon. Perhaps you would like to find out what it is like to be crushed. And she raises her staff. And then she squints at the 3 of you, and then damn it, no men. But she is nonetheless going to fight you guys. So yeah, go ahead and oof, wow. Okay. Go ahead and tell me who's acting fast.
I'm acting fast.
Sue, Aqua-chan, what about Sarcina?
Also acting fast.
Okay, who would like to go first? Because
Can I try and go first? I expect I will completely beef this, but can I try it?
Go for it.
Okay, I would like to spend 2 wonder to make a called shot.
Ooh.
Aqua-chan just exclaims at the hell is this lady's name again?
Argentia.
Like argent for silver. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
No? But that's okay.
She's the Silver Sorceress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he exclaims at Argentia, "Woman biped, you have stolen the heart of my ship and I want it back." And I fire my ray emitter at her. But it's a called shot. I'm actually shooting at her staff.
Awesome.
I want to shoot her staff. So that it shoots my ship's heart off her staff.
Yes, please do that.
I just wish we had 2 more wonder. Actually, no.
Okay.
I can't think of a good memory.
So yes,
Let's just do this.
Shooting this staff, if you...
Oh, I can give you a suggestion for memory. But we don't have enough wonder, do we?
No, we don't have enough for me to push fate, but we have enough that I could recall a memory and get advantage.
Tell us the memory of how you found the heart and the first time you put it in the ship.
Excuse me.
Well, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Are you doing recall memory 3 wonder? Okay, yeah, you could do the called shot and the recall memory at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you spend 5 wonder instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone vote for that?
Sure.
That will leave you with 1 wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I think back to when I first found the heart of the Atham Ista.
Yeah.
And I found it in this weird shrine, like this ancient temple. Like, think like the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but less colonialist and more like Gothic cathedral with lots of like stained glass and shit. And I knew from the first time I plucked it out that it would be the primo power source and the true heart of my ship. And that I would never give it up. Not even to some horrible biped woman.
Without a fight, right?
Come on, baby. Daddy wants his heart.
Go. Get your heart back.
What do we got?
I got 8, and I got a 20.
Hey!
Fuck, but the 20 is technically a dirty 19.
Okay, that's enough. With the wonder you spent for a called shot, and beating her defense score by a significant amount, you shoot the staff. Right near the top. I'll say that you actually hit it, not that, there. You actually hit it between where her hand is gripping it and where the crystal is. And so
that is where I would have wanted to hit it. So.
Yeah. You blast that thing off, and you see as it leaves her staff and it's no longer in her possession, the glow of the other jewels that she wears on her body diminishes, and you can tell that she's losing some magic power that she was gaining by being in possession of the heart, and she cries out, "Protect me!" And you see all these toy boys from off to the lounge start to get up and run towards you guys. Okay, who's going next?
I think it's me, because Mia, you said you're going to take a regular turn, right?
No, everybody's acting fast.
Oh, you're also doing fast?
Yeah, I'm acting fast as well. Mm-hmm.
If you want to take it, go for it. I'm not planning to do anything terrifically special. I'll probably just take out some toy boys.
You know what, though? I'm going to give you an extra point of wonder for witnessing what Aqua-chan just did, because that was amazing. That's worth a wonder point.
Is there a danger that the heart could break if it hits the floor?
No.
No, okay. Then I'm going to just take a step forward and use my ray emitter on Argentia.
Awesome.
And dropping in nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dropping all the nat 20s right now.
Nat 20 auto hits and does maximum damage. What's the maximum you could possibly roll?
I have a D8 with it's an improved, brutal, and destructive tags. I'm not sure what those tags exactly mean.
Okay, improved, brutal, and destruction. I looked up tags earlier, and I don't remember what any of those do. Okay, so brutal, roll for damage twice, takes the best result, so it's irrelevant with a crit. Improved, I don't see at all. And destructive?
What was the other tag? Oh, destructive.
On a critical success.
Renders.
Oh, her armor's gone.
Yeah.
So her non-magical shield or armor, she doesn't have a shield, so you render her armor useless for the rest of the scene, and you deal whatever the max damage is, 8 plus whatever.
I'm not sure what you mean by whatever.
Don't you add something to the D8 when you roll damage, or is it just?
It It just says a D8 with those improved tags. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then you do 8 damage. She is not dead, but she's not happy. So, Sue, it is your turn.
All right, so I am going to yell, "Nobody takes from Sue, Star Taker!" But I'm actually going to give my new spear a little twirl, and I will get myself in position. I'll leave these two to take out Argentia, because she's still got a little too much silver on her for my comfort level. So I'm going to fight off the minions here and defend your backs. So I will go ahead and with my vibrosphere, I'll take a swing. I don't looking through all of these. Yeah, looking through all of these items that they do. I'll just try to sort of head them off at the pass, and I'll take a swipe at the first guy. I assume I can only attack one person at a time.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, roll your attack. Are you trying to injure him, or are you just trying to scare him? You said...
I am, really, I'm trying to scare them off. I don't particularly want bloody vengeance on people that seem sort of out of it. Crushed,
okay,
if you will.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to take them down if they try to kill me. All right. Okay, that's going to be a 12.
So you hit the guy. Go ahead and roll damage, but I'm going to say that if you reduce him to 0, that you're just going to knock him unconscious. Maybe
Yeah.
with the butt end of the spear. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
That's enough. These guys are not combatants. These are lounging, horny, obedient, crushed men, and they were, when she yelled "protect me," their plan of action was to leap in front of any blows directed at her and nothing further. You knock this guy out, and he goes out.
I recognize you're a victim here.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Wow, she has lost an enormous amount of her power thanks to that called shot.
Nice job, Aqua-chan.
Mm-hmm.
Her best power doesn't work on any of you.
Crushing us?
Crushing men.
Yeah. Now all I can think of is like cans of crushed tomatoes from the grocery store, except they're just...
It says right here, humanoids identifying as male only.
I feel so lucky that I actually chose to be completely non-humanoid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she lost all her powers except for this one. She's going to grab with her 2 closest toy boys and emergency eject. She is transporting herself to a random location in the Ultracosm. And yeah, what you guys see actually is that she vanishes, and so do the 2 guys, but only their actual bodies go. Their clothes and all their equipment fall to the ground here.
Really?
You guys have won. You have defeated her, and as she's vanishing into nothingness, she yells, "I'll get you next time!" And Argentia escapes, leaving you behind with groggy, blinking toy boys and her tremendo station ship and the heart of the Atom Issa on the ground here. One of the toy boys had been like scrambling for it to try and pick it up, but when she leaves, they all kind of like, they're all sort of slowly waking up. Except for the two she took.
I mean, I was literally going to finally use my mighty leap to leap at it.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
At the heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit the ground before, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get it before she could get it.
Yeah. She would have loved to take it with her, but her emergency ejection ability does not take any equipment. Her powers, when she has the staff, are Crush Men, which is an opposed mind check, and if you fail, you have your sense of self stripped away. You grovel and you submit utterly to the caster for one scene, or permanently if you're affected 3 times in a row. And then another power she has is Tug at the Heartstrings, which is an opposed agility check, or you are pulled towards her and stunned by emotion for 1 round. She yells, "Protect me," in which case a toy boy will leap in front of her into harm's way. And this is a free action she could do at any time. I would have had her do this when you shot at her, but you spent Wonder specifically to accomplish breaking the staff, and I can't do that. Experience this, which is
that bloodthirsty.
Yeah. Experience this. If she touches you, you take 3d6 mind damage. The machine I described with the helmet with all the tubes going to the cylinder, that's a mind machine. Each cylinder contains the brain of a sentient creature, and you can relive their memories. She would have been able to force their memories into you against your will, but all of that list of powers came from the heart.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Well
Yeah.
spent on the
Right,
Wonder,
except for
Jason.
Yes,
Nice,
well done,
good
Jason.
strategy. Yep.
So yeah, you guys, and right on time too, honestly.
Yeah.
In terms of the
yeah.
show. You guys did great. I'd love to bring this crew back for another
This is a fun group.
Hypertellurians. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this character. He doesn't have a lot going on right now, but I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
yeah.
he is a little high concept. He was originally a cat, and his name is actually a bastardization of Aka-chan because he's my baby.
Oh, I thought that you were doing a take on Aquaman.
Yeah, that's what I
No,
thought.
actually, it's literally today is the 3-year anniversary of my old cat dying, and this was originally going to be a character based on my old cat, and then I decided it would be a spider, and I just named it a bastardization of the Japanese word for baby, because that's my cat's name.
Gotcha.
But no, I like this guy. This was fun. I feel a little more comfortable with this game this second time around.
We kind of moved right into wrap-up stuff, but was there anything you guys wanted to do in character before we close out?
I strip this place for parts and just anything that's valuable. I've like going through with a fine-tooth comb. I assemble the boy toys into, and the occasional, toy boys, beg your pardon, as they're waking up, I just sort of get them all into shape, put them to,
barking orders at them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they know how to take orders. I can work with that.
Okay.
And
barking orders at them.
Yeah.
If it is your intention to strip this vessel, and
This
leave
ship's
it,
kind of big.
yeah, I was going to say, if it's your intention to strip this vessel and leave it here, then I will say what that gets you is the remaining 2 qualities for the Adam Isa that nobody chose. So When and if we come back to this game, the Adamisa will be an improved vessel, having
I like that
all
idea.
5 of these
Nice.
qualities.
That's a really good idea, Sue.
I will also make sure there's enough here to get these guys, and if we can, program the ship,
I mean,
this ship,
can-
to get them back to,
Like,
you know,
Steve,
the
like how
location.
many of these toy boys are there? Because the Atom Isa is supposed to be pretty spacious.
Yeah, it is. There's too many for your ship. This is a big
Okay.
tower. There's only a handful here in the room, but there are dozens throughout the shell.
Some shuttle busing back and forth.
Yeah, and there are
Couple of trips.
there are goblins here too. The goblins were not brainwashed, but with Argentia dead,
Yeah,
they're
I mean-
all hiding.
Like, they're just goblins, man. I mean, they just want to make stuff and blow stuff up or whatever. I mean, I can't really hate it that.
Yeah, by the time
You know?
you're done here, several goblins have already killed themselves by accident. Yeah.
Anything we can take as a minion?
Um,
Like alien life form?
Ooh, yeah, you should specifically take a minion.
Mhm.
Aqua-chan doesn't need a minion, but I can see Sarcina
I keep
having
seeing that. Yeah, I keep seeing that art come up. There it is right now, where they got this little monkey
Yeah.
thing on her shoulder. I keep thinking that's
Oh, yeah.
Sarcina right there.
Yeah.
You
Sorta.
can have a goblin.
Yes.
Okay. First, we'll give him a slight intelligence test to try and get the smartest of the bunch.
Okay. I'll get you stats for the goblin later on. Yeah, I definitely want to revisit this crew. I like this this group.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up for the night. Thank you everyone for playing, and thank you everyone who watched for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.